All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start up saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Just all praises to the Lord calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem meaning in the name Yahushai, in the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful egg preachers, word and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, the Great Millstone, Arizona Camp, Lord will, with another video to edify and I wanted to go in on the book of Joshua, man, because I'm reading it. I'm going back into it right now, and Cold Precept popped out. And essentially, the Lord is always going to be near to those that put off the flesh to fulfill the Lord's will, man. All right, so this is one of those accounts. This is Joshua 5 and 13. I'll just get the whole thing. It says, and it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted up his eyes and looked, right? This is right after he circumcised all the children of Israel, right? It says that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand, right? So imagine that. He just got done circumcising everybody. Men are healing up, right? They know they about to pass over this river, and they about to go to war with all these nations. And as he's going, he sees a man with a sword in his hand, right? And he's like, "This is what he did." It says, and Joshua went unto him and said unto him, art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, nay, but as captain of the host of Yahweh am I now come. You see that? Right? He wasn't even expecting that, man. Angel of the Lord just popped out with a sword in his hand. And he said he came as a captain of the host of the Lord, man. It says, and Joshua fell on his feet to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, what said my Lord unto his servant? That's how cold the Lord is, man. He's going to pop up in a fashion just to fight for the elect of these days, man. It don't matter what Esau got planned, what he thinks going to go through, right? What the odds look like. You got to be like David's mindset. Though a whole city stand against me, I will not fear. That's the mindset to take into everything we do in this truth, man. That's the exact mindset to take. Like, screw it. That's all you got to be like, is screw it. The Lord made me for this. You got to expect the Lord to do something great in that moment, man. Because the Lord's going to fight for his elect, man. At a moment's notice, with no notice, the Lord will pop up and just have an angel sitting right there, ready to do his work for you. It's 1 Maccabees 3 and 7. Is it 7? 3 and 17. I'll start at 16. It says, and he said, call the young men, and they shall declare their own sentences. So they were called. And there's this. Slovakia. Three and 17. It says, and when he came near to, verse 16, when he came near to the going up of Beth Horon, Judas went forth to meet him with a small company, who when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong, right? Because it was an insurmountable number, the movie 300. That's basically what this is going into, those numbers, those staggering numbers, right? The battle is gonna look like something that there's no way you can win in the flesh without that heavenly help. That's what the battle is gonna look like. But even with the battle looking like that, you have to have a mindset of screw it. The Lord be with me. Who can be against me? Right? The Lord is gonna fight for His elect, man. No matter what the circumstance is, no matter how bad the how bad the outcome may seem, the Lord's gonna fight for His elect. It says, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day. Unto whom Judas answered, It is now it is not hard. It is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the power of heaven, it is all one to deliver a great multitude or to deliver with a great multitude or a small company. For the victory of the battle standing not in the multitude of a host, but strength coming from heaven. And that's what it is, man. That strength is going to come, man. The Lord is going to sit here. And in that moment, in that dark hour, right, when your mindset is stayed on righteousness, the Lord is going to make something happen. He always has. Always has. Never changed. The Lord always did something wild in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left on the clock. Right? So 2 Kings 6 and 16. It says, I'll start at 15. It says, And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? He was afraid. Ye surrounded by all enemies on every side. Right? It says, And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed, and Yahweh, Salakia, and Elijah prayed, Elisha, Salakia, and Elisha prayed, and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Now, when you go into the chariots of fire, those are going to the chariots of the Lord, right? A pillar of fire by night, a pillar of a cloud by day. So the chariots of the Lord was all surrounding them, everywhere, right? So though the enemy came with his stuff, right, the things that weren't seen was the stuff that would really, set the record straight. And that's how the Lord's going to get down, man. Because Daniel the 12th chapter tells you, right, Daniel the 12th chapter tells you that the angel of the Lord is going to stand up for the people, for his people. There's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble coming soon, right? And it's going to be like no other. But in that same moment, this is a scripture, man. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble, such as was never since there was a nation, even to the same time, right? That time of trouble is talking about Jacob's trouble, right? Coming soon. Wherever Jake is coming soon. Everywhere, on all of them. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Right? And at that, Michael, that great angel, just like we got in the book of Joshua, how the angels appeared right after, in his spiritual, his angel appeared right after what? They cut off the flesh. They cut away the carnality. Right? And everybody is ready to go to war. And then what? The angel popped up. Come as the captain of the Lord's host. Hey, that's how the Lord's going to show. He's going to show out in that miraculous fashion, man. I'm going to end it on this one. This is, you know what? I'll get this. 2 Maccabees 10. Because this is a cold one. started at 28. It says, Now the sun being newly risen, they joined both together, the one part having together with their virtue, their refuge also, unto Yahweh for a pledge of their success and victory, the other side making their rage leader of the battle. But when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven 5 comely men upon horses with bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews. Led the Jews. That's what a good captain does. He's the one that leads the charge. Right? We read that in the book of Joshua, man. That's how they come in. And took Maccabeus betwixt them. Right? So so angels was right on the side of Maccabees, right? Betwixt them, and covered him on every side weapons, and kept him safe, but shot arrows and lightnings against the enemies, so that being confounded with blindness and full of trouble, they were killed. Hey, that's how the Lord's going to get down. And there were slain of the footmen 20,000, and 500, and 500 and 600 horsemen. That's how the Lord gets down, man. It's at a twinkling eye, man. At a moment's notice, man, the Lord is going to make something happen miraculous. When the battle rages on and it looks unclear what the outcome's going to be, all you got to do is keep having faith. Just keep doing righteously. Right? Because we come into the time of Jacob's trouble. It's going to get hard, bro. It's going to get hard. You're going to have to show out all type of faith. Your imagination and your expectation is going to have to glow the fuck up. Because without no imagination and expectation of some deliverance, man, a lot of men are going to fold, man. It says where there's no vision, the people perish. Well, you got to always have the vision. And the vision needs to always be the Lord doing his thing, man. Psalms 145:17. Yahweh is righteous in all his ways, holy in all his works. That's not the right one. 145. Nah, that's not the right one. Give me a sec. Psalms 34 and yeah, here it is. The eyes 34 and 15 says the eyes of Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry. Right? The Lord is always going to be with the righteous. The Lord is going to walk us through whatever battle we got to go to. So just have some faith in it, man. But Lord willing, this is edifying, you know. Better stay in the faith, stay strong. Call Halal, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, man. The Lord is about to do great things, brothers. You just keep the faith. Shalom.